Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be installing some RallyArmor mud flaps. I got these from the company as a product sponsorship. They are the polyurethane plastic, so they're really resilient to being broken, cracked, temperatures, all that good stuff, scuffs, wear, tear. They're really good mud flaps and super easy to install. They came with these brackets. There's brackets for the front and for the rear. Basically you remove the OEM splash guards and you replace them with these brackets and some spacers, and then the mud flaps go on. And these are the special ones for the lift and oversized tires, so they should fit with no issues. The bolt kit seems pretty straightforward. It's got some clips that go on the inside, some screws, and looks like some plastic body clips in there. So yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so to take off the OEM splash guards that were installed here from the factory, it's super simple. All you have to do is take out these two screws on both sides for the front, and make sure you got your wheel turned so you can get your screwdriver in there. Super easy. So let's go ahead and get these off. I'm going to set these off to the side to make sure I don't lose them, but I'm pretty sure that the new ones came with new hardware, so I don't think we're going to need these, but just in case, we'll hang on to them. Just in case we ever want to throw these back on here anyway. Oh, looks like there's a body clip underneath too. To get these body clips out, all you need to do is get a pair of side cutters like these, and then underneath here gently grab a hold of it without actually cutting it and pull out, and it will pop right out of there, and then this will come off. Once you get the splash guard off of here, there's also a clip right here that needs to come off. You just do a half a turn with a Phillips head screwdriver and it'll pop out, and then you can pull that out of there. Just like that. Then to install the hardware, you just have to get behind this. You just grab this piece of plastic and pull it out like that so you can get access to these holes back here and clips. There's new clips that are going to be going on these as well. All new hardware. Once we get this flap pulled away, we replace the factory clips with the clips that came with the mud flaps on each of these screw points, like so. They also want you to retain the factory pin that came from the body clip that came from underneath to put that back in after everything's installed. They have these little foam spacers that they want you to put on, and so these go right about here according to the diagram. Looks like they just stick on the metal like so. After you get those clips in there, you slide this back behind the body panel. Making sure we're lined up here. And then we take the mud flap with the logo back and the bracket on top, like so, and position it with these holes. And and then fasten it in with a stainless steel screw and one of the washers that came with it. So I'm going to do that real quick. So these things go in this last hole down here. You put a washer on it and through the hole and push it together. I had to use some channel locks to get that pin in the rest of the way, just to squeeze it through there. It's a very, very tight fit, which is nice. I got these adjusted so they're all the way out. They look level to the ground. And so now I'm just going to make sure that the tire can move freely and we're not going to be hitting anything. So we'll check that out real quick. All right, cool. Looks like we don't rub on anything. I'm gonna go ahead and call that a successful install for this one. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing to the other side, and then I'll show you how to do the back ones. Don't forget to put this body clip back in the bottom. I almost forgot. Well, I was working on the other side here, and I was trying to get this clip in here on this back mounting point, and I had to use a pair of channel locks like I did on the other side because this thing is really hard to get in there, and it broke, and they didn't include any extras. So I think what I'm gonna do is use a bolt, a nut, and a washer, and hopefully that works. A little disappointing that they didn't include any extra hardware or any more plastic clips like this, but I guess what are you gonna do? Okay, again, we're gonna make sure that we got good clearance here, especially now that I got a bolt back here, just to make sure that the tire is not going to contact that. Looks like we're good. Okay, same thing on the back here. We have 2 screws, and then there's a body clip underneath here. And so just have to take those off, and this OEM splash guard will come off of there. Well, let's do that real quick. Okay, so after you get the splash guard off of there, there's these metal clips that are on the body right there. You just take those off, and those get replaced with the other clips and all new hardware. And when the bracket goes in for the back, it actually goes underneath the body panel. It's got this L shape here, and that has to go underneath the plastic on both sides. So we'll do that real quick, and I'll show you what I did there. Oh, and then there's some nuts that attach the mud flap on there. But again, I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so I jacked up the back end of the car to give me more clearance for this screw here. It was just really difficult. I mean, you obviously can't get a screwdriver in there, so what I ended up doing was a ratchet, a socket, and a Phillips head bit, and that allows me to get in the side here and get this tightened up. I'm adjusting these all the way to the outside, so the majority of the flap is outside the wheel well. And that's to protect the side body of the car. All right, now that I got all those tightened up and I've ensured that the mud flap is parallel to the ground, we're gonna go ahead and move around to the other side. Well guys, that's it for the install. They went on there pretty easily. Got all 4 of them done. I would say probably 30 to 40 minutes for all 4 of them. And really the majority of my time was spent cleaning up all the mud and all the grooves and everything. So these were super easy to install. Haven't had any rubbing issues yet. I'm definitely gonna be taking these off-road here pretty soon in the next couple of days to be testing them, make sure we still don't have any rubbing issues, but I mean, they look great and I'm super excited about them. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and as always, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.